I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Oh, mate, well, let's crack on. So I'm guessing you're doing these because I got a notification this morning that said that Parkways Festival was going to be on, and which meant you were going to be here. I'm guessing that's why the interviews are happening.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer that got canceled, but
What happens
is what it
then?
is.
What happens now with you guys? Because obviously that would have been to help release this album. So are we going to have a something else?
Yeah, yeah, they're working on getting us over there later this year. So we'll be there this year for sure on this album. I just don't have any details or dates I can give you yet because they're still working it out.
That's fair enough. But at least
Yeah.
is coming over, which is good. Um, so the new album obviously came out last week.
Mhm.
Arson, All Rage, Still Only Numb. I when I listened to that album lyrically compared to the album previously, I felt that the Tear Me to Pieces was a lot of the lyrics were like in variations of being in a toxic relationship. This one, I felt like you'd moved on from the toxic relationship, but there
Mhm.
was still this trauma to it. Is that a fair reflection?
Yes, that's a very good observation. Yeah, the way we've been writing these last two records and just writing in general lately is like, we don't really walk in and go, okay, we're gonna write a song about love, okay? Or we're gonna write a song about this. Like these last two records, it was really the mindset was just like, we're gonna be very open and just start like freestyling stuff and just see what comes out. And for whatever reason, a lot of these songs came out just a lot lighter, not sonically, but just like in terms of like the lyrics, and it's almost like you kind of ad lib and just freestyle and whatever words start coming out, you're like, oh shit, like disconnected. That's a cool word. Um, we're gonna write a song. That's what the song's gonna be about, and we'll just write a whole song about this word that just came out of kind of nowhere. If that, I'm doing a shitty job explaining this, but um, that's kind of how these records are written, man. Like My Religion, it was just Kyle and I were just having a conversation, and I happened to just say those words about somebody, and he was like, "Dude, that's so interesting. Like, that should be what the song's about." And yeah, it's almost like the songs told us what they want to be about more than ever.
When you mentioned the freestyle one, the first one that came to my mind, musically anyway, was 3 a.m. Because 3
Hmm.
a.m. just has all these different, like, that's just manic. It's coming in all these different angles, but it works. For 3 minutes, it works. So is that like an example of the freestyle musically?
100%, because I'm the main songwriter in the band, so I'm always writing. Like we're on tour, I set up my little studio. I write every single day on tour. I'm home, especially like leading up to writing a record. I'm writing every day. And yeah, dude, like I spent so many years. Like I'm just being like completely brutally honest. Like I spent, and this makes me look dumb, but like I spent so many years just like trying to chase until the day I die, right? And trying to like, trying to be like scientific about like why that song worked, and then why did this song work, and then just kind of like I got to a point where it's like with Tear Many Pieces with the last record, it's like I'm just gonna completely stop forcing it. I'm going to completely stop trying to write a hit. I'm going to completely stop trying to second guess what people want to hear and just let shit come out. And if it's a heavy song, cool. If it's a soft song, cool. Like good song, bad song, whatever. Like whatever is going to come out that day, I'm just going to let it come out. I'm not going to try to guide it. I'm not going to try to force it. And dude, it's been the most profound experience as a writer for me. So songs like 3 a.m., dude, that just happened, man. Like I'm not sitting here like pulling these strings and like trying like being all calculated about it. Like it just came through me, just came out of me, it just happened. And it's like the best songs always happen like that. They happen really fast. I mean, I might be writing for 10 hours, but then I'll hit this little window where like in 5 minutes, this whole entire song will just happen. And it's like effortless. It's that flow state that idiots like me always try to chase. And yeah, man, that's how music's written this day. That's how I write music these days, and how these last two records are written. It's just free flowing, dude. Just let it out, good or bad.
So I mean, a couple of things you mentioned in there. I mean, one I suppose is the pressures. You come out with like obviously Page Avenue, it goes huge. Have you then felt the pressures for 20 years to try and match that? And now you're like, I'm too old for that shit. Just okay.
Yeah, dude, because it's like, you know, you kind of just realize like, holy shit, like, first of all my wildest dreams came true. Never thought we'd ever like I have a platinum record on my wall. That's crazy, dude. When you're from where I'm from, that's crazy. Like all my dreams came true, and it's like I kind of won. And what I do know for certain is I absolutely love to make music. I fucking love it, dude. You know? So, yeah, dude, I just kind of like quit feeling that pressure. And I was like, I'm not going to try to write a radio hit anymore. I'm not going to try to, I'm just going to like play my guitar and record songs. And it turns out our music is way better when you do that because it's just like when you were 17. Like Page Avenue was written in my mom's basement. And then, we all packed up, moved to California, wrote a lot of it there. But like, we weren't trying to like make a hit. We weren't trying to make, hey, I think this radio programmer would like this, or I think this record label person would like this. We were just like dumbass kids who lived for music. We lived and breathed music, and everything was written that way. And I've kind of hit a point in my life where I just kind of everything's come full circle. I'm just kind of back in that mindset where I just love to make music, and that's enough for me. And if people like it, rad. If they don't, oh well, I'm still making it.
Yep. And that was the like mentioning just throwing stuff out there, and you can kind of probably are two examples that I've got. So obviously, gasoline itself is balls to the wall, okay.
Hmm.
But then I go and listen to something like Into the Dark, and you can almost hear gospel in there as well. Maybe I'm just making it up. I don't know, but that's what I heard, right? So I mean, like again, two
Yeah,
different contrasts. Is that just this freedom of just fuck it, I like that, so I'm doing that?
totally. Yeah, good call on Into the Dark. Like, yeah, it sounds like what's that movie? You know that Hugh Jackman movie, like Greatest Showman?
Yes.
It kind of sounds like that to me, and that wasn't calculated or anything. It just wound up sounding like that. And maybe in the past that would have freaked me out, but now I'm just like, I just want to lean into it. Like, that's cool, man. Like, that's just to have that after that like verse that's just so like menacing sounding and so heavy, and then have it open up to this like theatrical, like, yeah, dude, that's just us being free.
Yeah, nice, nice. I did want to ask. When I was doing my research for this, I always try and find something a little quirky. And Parkways was the one that came up, but the other one was it's meant to be today where I am. Is You love your bikes, right? And I read the
Yeah,
British Customs thing you did like 7 years ago, and it was all about,
yeah,
oh, now my kid's a little bit older, I can get back on my bikes. And then today you posted that your boy's 12 years old and he's like shredding on the guitar, right? So,
yeah.
like, what would you rather have your boy in? Would you rather have him in a band, or would you rather him out in the back in the shed working on the bikes, freewheeling?
Dude, both, because that's what I do, you
Yeah.
know? But dude, but if I had to pick one, I would just like follow your heart, little man. Follow your heart, because when you love something, like you can insert every tropey cliche that's ever been written, but when you love something, like time stands still, man. You can just hit that flow state and you can just do something and it doesn't feel like work. When you really love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work, and it's such a beautiful way to live. That's my number one priority with my kids, is just really try to foster what their passions, and just find something you love. I don't care what it is, man. Like if you really like you can kind of do anything, man, if you just really really believe in yourself and really really work hard and really care. You got to care more than anyone else. So whether that's guitar or woodworking or being a teacher or whatever it is, it's like just make sure you love it, because it's a beautiful way to live.
and you too can get your equivalent of a platinum record on the wall.
Yeah.
Right, right there.
Yeah.
So the I saw the other post that you made as well, and it's going on from a little bit what you said there about really loving and appreciating what you're on. Um, you did a post a few days ago as well about everybody who helps behind the scenes and to be where you're at. I mean, when you look at your journey from the beginning to now dropping this album, having the freedom to drop this album, um, in a way that there's all this different types that are in there. Do you just feel like, do you have pinch me moments where you're just sitting there and you're going, what happened?
Dude, yes, constantly, all the time. Um, like here's a perfect example. So the song Gasoline, we're shooting a music video for that, right? And I'm on set, I have this, dude, I have on a weekly basis have epiphanies like this. I'm on set. I'm holding two ninja swords. I have a gun. I'm wearing a mustache, like this 80s headband, like kicking bad guys into tables. And that's my job. That's insane that they let people do that for a job or like that that exists as a job. Like that's crazy, you know? And dude, I'm a dude in my 40s and I play a guitar and I write songs the same as I did was as I was a teenager, and I'm able to provide for a family doing that. That's fucking ludicrous, you know? Like, yeah, it's the older I get, the more I realize how lucky I am in the position I'm in, is how outrageous it is that I just make songs and I'm able to provide that way, you know? Yeah, dude, all the time. Sorry, I get really into this subject because um I think it's a huge mistake to not just stop like daily and just go, holy shit, like this is wild. I am so grateful, you know?
I do exactly the same thing, especially when hurdles arrive. You know, when you get hurdles in life and you're like, oh shit, I've had a bad day at work or whatever. I do exactly the same thing. And it's almost like a gratitude thing. So, like, even this, like, I sit there and I
Yeah.
go, like, the gratitude to be able to have conversations with people like this when my day job's worked in an office.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely, man. I think that's such an awesome mindset. And for what I do, I mean, it's almost all failure. That's the ironic thing. Is like I write so many songs. I wrote 91 songs for this last album, 70 which I showed the band, or 71 I showed the band or whatever. You know, and like I've written hundreds and hundreds of songs, and only a handful ever get used. I've written thousands of guitar riffs, only a handful ever get used. Like most of being in a band is failure, you know. And it's like you submit for this tour, nah, I didn't get it. You know, we're trying to get this didn't get it. Blah blah. Trying to sell this club out, nah, it didn't sell out. You know, blah blah. It's like for every victory you have, it's just a thousand small failures. And it's just like learning to get up. You get up enough times and you're just like, holy shit, like, yeah, that was bad, but I learned from that and I'm grateful for that. And then you just find yourself when you do have like a victory, it's like you realize that like victories can be like tiny, tiny micro victories. Like I met a kid today that had the falling guy, the story of the year tattooed on him. That's like a victory. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a victory. Like you listening to our record and talking to me about it is a victory, man. You just flip your shit and realize that like there are like small miracles and victories like all the time, you know? So I don't know.
I think this album, I really like the album. I've liked the last couple of albums. The more you've gone into just letting loose, the more and more I've just gone, yes. And then maybe that's my time of life as well. I'm just like, this is like really, because we're all getting older. Like it's all just like really
Yeah,
hitting the
yeah.
mark. So I really appreciate everything that you guys do as well. I am mindful of time, and I know you've got probably a few more to do. So at this stage, I will let you go. Hopefully, you will be here by the end of the year, because I know when you were here last time, it packed out pretty big as well. So Hopefully you get back and we pack it out again for you.
I would love that. I love Australia. My whole band loves it, man. We've been there a lot.
Yeah. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you. So I'll send you back to Janine
Okay.
when she's still there. She'll come in a minute. There you go.
I'm here. Sorry.
All right, I'll let you go. Thanks, Janine. See you soon.
Thanks, Ian. See
Cool.
ya.
Thanks, Ian.